Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. So today I have a special video for you guys. It is Mother's Day gift ideas and it is part of a hop. I'll have some more about that later on in the video. But to get started, you're going to need some of these piggy banks from the Dollar Tree or any shadow box that has a glass or, glass cover in the front would work. Now, I tried to take the wording off with acetone. I don't know what people do to make that stuff come off with acetone. It did not work for me at all, like nothing. So I ended up just getting one of my little scrapers or razors or whatever this thing is, and I just scraped it off, and that worked out perfect. It all came off, cleaned perfectly. I don't know what type of special magic acetone people are using to get the wording off, but that never works for me. I figured I'd try it with this again. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. So I ended up just scraping it off, and then I just took some alcohol and wiped any, excess like uh, of the scrapings or anything, oils or anything that were left over. I just went ahead and cleaned it off with some alcohol. So then, oh yeah, and I thought wearing the gloves was going to protect my nails. Yeah, no, look, the nail polish came off on the glove. And I just did my nails, but it's okay. I will do them again. So then the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to clean up the little bit of mess that was left over. It's like some of just the scrapings from the wording. And I'm using my little desktop cleaner, and I will put the link for this in my description box. It's just like the ladybug. I just didn't like the ladybug because it's too girly. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this, what's this stuff called? This craft paper from, I believe I got this at Michael's sometime last year, and I love it. It's cute. It's like a coffee theme, and this is going to be a coffee themed project. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure it out, and I ended up using a different backing. I was going to use this one, but I decided to save that for the other project. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cover up the backing that's already on there, and it's cute as is, but it doesn't go with my theme. So if it goes with your theme, then that works. But I'm going to be using this spray glue from Dollar Tree. You can use Mod Podge or a glue stick would work fine. I couldn't find either one of mine, so I ended up using this spray glue, and it works great, but it does, once you like put it on there, it sticks almost instantly, so you just have to make sure you get it right where you want it. So then on my Cricut, I cut out this vinyl that says, "In case of emergency, break glass." So when you put it on there, just make sure that you put the slot for the where the money goes into on the bottom, just so it doesn't look like a piggy bank. And then you can cover it up with some tape or use like just anything like a piece of paper or anything on the inside just to cover up that hole. But I just use tape at the end of it. And then you're just going to take the vinyl, go ahead and put it. You can do it either way. You can flip it when you're printing it on your, or cutting it out on your Cricut. You can put it so that you can, how do I say it? You can mirror it so that you can glue it on the inside of the box, or you can just do it normal and do it on the top, which is what I chose to do. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to place the vinyl on the top, and then I'm going to use my little scraper and just, go over it so that the vinyl sticks. And then I'm going to peel off the transfer tape. And this is both it's actually shelf liner from Dollar Tree that I use as transfer tape, but the vinyl is the vinyl from the Dollar Tree. And as you can see, it works perfectly fine. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some actual coffee beans and I'm going to put them on the inside of this so that, it's an emergency coffee stash. And I have one of these that I made a couple years ago. I have it in my kitchen on my coffee bar, and this would be perfect for like a little coffee bar or anything like that. And I quickly realized that I hadn't put the tape or anything on the bottom, so I just grabbed some tape and I put it on the outside. Generally, you would want to put it on the inside so you can't see it, but just so that I can get the video done, I did it this way. So guys, today I'm part of an amazing hop. It is hosted by Jackie over at Crafty Mommas World and myself, and we are joined by 3 other amazing ladies. The next person in the hop will be in my description box, so be sure to check her out and just follow along the hop so you can get inspired for some easy Mother's Day gift ideas. And if you're coming over here from the playlist, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and let me know you came over from the hop. So the next thing you're going to do, or you're going to need another one of those piggy banks. And then I got these foam flowers from Dollar Tree, like during Valentine's Day, and they had white, red, purple, and pink, I believe. And so I had these white ones, and I thought this would be perfect. They're more like beige or cream. But then I have these little leaves from some other Dollar Tree flowers that I'm just going to attach to the bottom of them. Now you can use any type of flower in here that you want. Doesn't have to be this. You can even just use like little rose petals from the Dollar Tree. And I think they have them like in the party section, like where all the wedding stuff is at. I think they have those in mine. They have them kind of year round. So then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take the flowers and you're going to arrange them on the backing of the piggy bank however you want them. And then you're just going to hot glue them on there. And I realized that I was out of the frame for a little bit there, so that's why some of them are already glued on. But you're just going to take some hot glue and you're just going to glue them onto the back, like I said, and arrange them however you want them on the bottom there. And you can even just kind of throw them in there so they're just floating in there. But I kind of wanted them to be a little bit more, permanent. So I went ahead and glued them. Then I made this vinyl on my Cricut again. It's just in the design space, and I made a few of them for today's projects. But and I used the Dollar Tree vinyl again for all of them. So you're just going to go ahead and put the backing onto the piggy bank. And again, I put this little slot on the bottom and forgot to cover it up again. But this one isn't a big deal because the flowers aren't going to come out. So what you're going to do is you're going to, again, take that vinyl and just put it on the glass. Now, I did a review for the Dollar Tree vinyl, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. And I really like the vinyl. The only part of the vinyl that I really don't like is that backing of it. It's really, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really slippery, so the vinyl doesn't stick on it, and it kind of makes it hard to weed it out. But other than that, it works fine. So then for my next project, I'm going to be clumsy and drop everything on my workstation. Then I'm going to take one of these mugs from the Dollar Tree, and you can use any color, or it doesn't even have to be from the Dollar Tree, but just get a plain mug. And initially I was going to use this stencil, but you'll see here in a minute why I chose not to. I'm going to also be using these glass paint markers that I got from the Dollar Tree maybe last year, if I'm not mistaken, and I've used them a couple of times. My daughters have actually used them to make some gifts also, and this is definitely going to be a good gift for like kids to work on. So here's my attempt at using the stencil. I didn't realize how like watery these markers are. Like I said, my daughters have used them. I haven't used them, and I didn't realize how watery they were. So the first one went okay, and then I went on to the second one, and the stencil is pressed down against the mug very, very tight. But as you're going to see here in just a second, it did not work out for me. It did not work out for me. So I went ahead and just took some alcohol, cleaned it off, and decided to freehand it. Now, I do not have amazing handwriting. My art skills are subpar at best unless I'm really, really working on something and it takes me quite some time. So I just went ahead and made a little heart and wrote Mom on there. Again, this is just kind of an idea. This is definitely something that kids would love to do. I know my daughter loves to make mugs. So you can just, use, and you can use acrylic paint markers, and you just stick it into the oven to cure. And you would have to Google to see, like, depending on what you're using, how long and what temperature to put it into the oven. But yeah, you just put it into the oven, let it cure, and then obviously let it cool off. And then you're good to go. And you can use, like I said, you can use acrylic paint markers, but these paint pens are actually really good and they write really smooth. So if you can find them at Dollar Tree, then, that'd be a good idea there. So then the next thing, I'm going to be using one of these little rounds. They're like a disc from like the floral section from the Dollar Tree. And I just sanded the back of it so that I can use that um, to, what am I doing? Oh, I'm going to put a vinyl on there. And I left the other side with the butterfly on it. And I know they have like this one, they have one with a mason jar, and there's a couple of other ones. Then I thought, you can use either one of these. You can make one that's, specifically for like an aunt or a mom or a grandma. Or you can just do one that just like the other one that says "You Grow Girl." You can do whatever you want. I have this one that says "Thanks for keeping me alive, Mom." And then I have another one that says "You Grow Girl." And I'm going to probably put that one on a different one and give it to my neighbor with the gift basket that I'm going to be making. And so once you put this vinyl on there, this is good to go. It's kind of like a little, I guess, gift tag, if you want to call it that. So yeah, you can, like I said, you can put whatever you want on this, and then it can be used either way. Like you can turn it around and use the picture side of it, or you can use the part that shows the words. Either way, they can choose to use it however they want to. So for the next one, I was going to use this little palette coaster from the Dollar Tree, but my words didn't fit on it. But of course, you can use those. But I decided to use this little tile sign. Um, Initially, I was just going to use the tile, and then I decided that I could kind of make it a dual purpose gift. So what I'm going to do is take this scrap paper again, and I'm going to measure it out onto the tile, and then I'm going to use that same spray glue, and I'm going to glue the paper onto the tile. And then I'm going to take my little sander and I'm going to sand the edges to take any of that excess off. And then that way it's smooth against the tile. And there's no excess, there's no, like anything sticking out or sticking over because you sanded it all nice and smooth. And again, that glue works perfectly. It got all the edges. You don't have to worry about anything sticking up. And once you put that down, it's pretty much an instant hold. So then I'm just going to pop this back into the little frame that it comes in. And I'm going to make sure that I put the original picture. I'm going to leave that on the other side. I'm going to put that down so that you can see it from the inside, if that makes any sense. If you can, so that you can see it from the inside of the little frame. And then the part that I put the scrap paper on is now going to be the top of it. So I'm going to take my Gorilla Super Glue, and this is the gel one. I like this one better. I'm running low, so I need to get another one. I'm going to go ahead and put that around the frame there. And then I'm just going to put a couple dabs of hot glue just for that instant hold. Even though this Gorilla Glue holds pretty quickly, I just wanted it to, make sure that it stayed so I can keep working with it. Then I'm going to take this vinyl that I got from the Design Space on Cricut. And all of these were available, on the Design Space. I didn't make any of them. This one says Mom Feel because I'm turning this into a like dual purpose coaster. So once you put the vinyl onto this one, you're going to want to seal it with like Mod Podge or, something like that so that it can be waterproof and the paper doesn't get messed up. I do not have any Mod Podge here. My daughter took my bottle that I had and I couldn't find it. So I will seal this later, but I thought this would be cute as a dual purpose. So you can put it on a desk and then use it as a coaster. And when you're done, flip it and it's a cute little sign. So now just to kind of put everything together, I got this basket at the Dollar Tree a while ago. I'm going to put this mug in there, but really I think I'm going to be using just another mug that I got from the Dollar Tree. And all of this stuff that I'm putting in here came from the Dollar Tree. So it was under $10 and super, super cute. I'd love to get something like this. So, and it'd be good for a coffee bar, for somebody's desk. And obviously, if you know somebody has a Keurig, then you would get some K cups instead of like coffee grounds. And then I found these pens and this little notebook set. And they all have like a little coffee theme. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those to the basket. And this is the basket. I think it's adorable. I would love to get something like this. I love coffee, I love pens, I love notebooks, so it works out great. So that is my first basket. And then this one, I'm not going to put it into a basket, but you can add a gift card, a mug, some candy, anything like that, and just put it into a gift bag, and that would be really cute. Now, Dollar Tree came out with these big, like, bins with the handles on them. I thought this would be great to make a basket for a gardener. And I just added all these little details from these little pieces from the Dollar Tree. Now, if you had a plain flower pot, then you could add a vinyl to that and personalize it a little bit more. But this one has bloom on there, so I'm not going to put the vinyl on there. And I just, like I said, added all this stuff that I got at the Dollar Tree. And then I put my little tag on the side there. And again, they can use it, you know, however they want to. They can hang it from something, add it to a little flower pot. They can do whatever they want with it. And then I got these little chalkboard tags and I just clipped that on there and wrote from Melissa on there. You can do whatever you want. And guys, that is it. I hope that this inspired you. Be sure to check out the next person in the hop and hit everybody else up that's in the hop. Let them know I sent you. And this is what everything looks like after I put it all together. So guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles. Bye guys.